What's going on, everybody? This is Paul.
Cody.
And we are back with another video of Dish Panda Bass Fishing. Thank you for tuning in and checking us out. We're talking all about lipless crankbaits.
Our top 5.
Which apparently does include a LV500 because we lose them all the time.
Not we. I don't use them.
We're going to talk about that too.
Dadgum ditch panda.
Lipless crankbaits.
Yeah. We're getting out right now. We don't have an LV500 on the deck. And mostly because I lost them. And they're really hard to get right now.
Just picture that this last bait we're going to show you is an LV500. This is a close fifth also.
Yeah, pretty close. So, Cody, you're like
it's my
really
favorite.
Yeah. And for him to not like the LV500, or
it's not that I don't like it.
Yeah, it's
just that like I have the ones that I like and I just don't need anymore.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, so we're gonna kick it off with him telling you like his favorite one for sure.
Oh, my favorite. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Come on, the Strike King Red Eye Shad in one of my favorite colors. That's bluegill. It's an amazing bait. It catches all kinds of fish from 3-inch fry when it snags them all the way up to, you know, giants. And it is, I mean, besides maybe one down here, it's probably the most popular lipless crankbait.
One of the most popular besides the LV500, which again,
not here.
On the deck.
Typical small BB.
Yeah.
You guys all know it. If you don't know it, go get some. They're awesome. They also make a tungsten 2-tap, which is just a different sound. A lot of times, if you're on a lake that gets, you know, a lot of boat traffic and a lot of people fishing it, especially if it's a smaller lake or a pond, you go to that tungsten 2-tap, something they never heard before, and it'll kill them.
Speaking of that, we're gonna go with the.
Speaking of sound they never heard before.
Yeah. There you go. The
That
Jackal. The Jackal TN70 disc knocker. Now, this has a couple things that are super interesting. First of all, it's got different size hooks on it, which if you guys are familiar with lipless in general, like there's a huge discrepancy in the difference in hook sizes betwixt, well, yeah, there's one, but you know, look at this one. I mean, these are number 2s, right?
Yep.
They're 2 round bed number 2s.
Yeah.
And then you got this. You got the little baby guy, little number 6, and number 4. It's so interesting. Now this thing has a metal lip.
It's weighted.
Bottom lip, and it's weighted. So it literally taps against the bottom. And listen to this.
It's got a disc.
It has an actual disc in there.
It looks like a Boca bearing.
And one
BB.
BB. Let me tell you something. This thing gets hammered.
Something I never heard before.
Hammered. This is the TN70. We'll leave a link down below. Some favorite colors. They've got two TN60, TN70, 60 millimeter, 70 millimeter.
Yeah.
And this is the hot. Jackal did something real sweet here.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of how, because we're going to have an in-depth video on lipless crankbaits. There's a reason that this is how it is. Being that the hook is like that, smaller hook, bigger hook, weighted in the nose, like this one, is the same with this Spro Aruku Shad. Weighted in the front, bigger hook in the front, smaller in the back, and that's to fish these like almost like a jig. Some people call it a yo-yo technique, but I feel like when you say yo-yo, people think you're ripping it way up and letting it come down.
People also think it's straight up and down, which is absolutely not the case.
When you're fishing lipless like that, it's just like you're fishing a jig. You can literally just hop it, and this thing goes straight down, and it comes straight up and straight down. And you're doing it just enough to get it to vibrate, and as soon as it starts to vibrate on the way up, just let it fall back down. And that's why these are doing, they're weighted like that in the nose. These are meant to do that. Not saying you can't straight wind this, because this Spro, especially this Spro Aruku Shad, You can rip this thing, and it does very well. There are some baits.
Sensational in the graph.
Yes. There are some baits, even the red eye shad, when you start ripping on this thing real fast, sometimes it kind of wants to get a little wonky on you. You got to be careful with some. For sure. Real quick, I'm gonna real fast. I'm gonna go astray since we're talking about it. The river to no, I'm sorry. This is the Sabile Seeker. The Sabile Seeker, same deal with the weighted nose. And that's exactly what it's for. I just kind of want to show you guys another example of that. Also, another great bait, that's Sabile Seeker.
There you go. And if you haven't checked out the new Plano boxes.
Talk about Lipless if you want to talk about the new Plano box. Yeah, they're awesome.
Anyway, okay. Yeah, I gotta go with that one because
go ahead,
you're
buddy.
gonna talk about some other one. Yeah. Okay. So, if you want to catch a shark, so
or a
these are-
teener.
Yeah, 6 cents again. We can't stop talking about these cats, man. They just make some rad stuff. I don't know how else to explain it. A bunch of BBs.
Bunch of little BBs.
Bunch of little BBs.
Kind of sounds a lot like the Spro, actually. Bunch of little BBs.
And a bunch of big ass hooks. I'm just gonna say it. These things are hammers. Okay.
And they're the extra wide gaps
They
too.
do. Yep, they do the EWG short shanks, and you know, a couple reasons here. Obviously, you're not going to get hooked together, and they come out of stuff a little bit better.
I also appreciate it because these things get swiped at a lot.
Yeah, it is nice to have a little width.
Yeah.
And these suckers are sharp.
Well, not to mention, hold that thing up vertically.
Huh? Yeah.
Another way.
There, like this.
Look at that thing hanging off the back
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You swipe at this, you're going to get caught, son.
Yeah, so these things are, again, 6 cents is doing some.
I believe that's the
things.
Rambo color.
Yeah, the Rambo. What was it called again? The
It's
6
Rambo.
cents? No.
Oh, those are the Snatch.
The Snatch. I love them. I love these baits. They're amazing. These guys are hilarious. I love it. And yeah, this is the Rambo, I believe. But we'll put it all, again, we're going to put all this stuff in the video description, so don't quote us on it. Just look down below.
Let's get, I say this in every top 5 video, you can't have a lipless video without having the OG.
The OG.
The Bill Lewis rattle trap. As you can see, this one, that's not what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to look like. These, I don't know how, they're packed full of BBs. I mean, it's almost like there's not enough room for them to rattle anymore.
Right, yeah.
I don't know how these things still catch fish after all this time because they've been thrown for 448 years.
Yeah.
But they do. They seem to work. They come through grass like a dream. They probably come through grass better than any bait on this.
My favorite part about those rattle trap, is the fact that almost all of them are chrome, and then a color with chrome.
Yeah, this is black chrome.
It's amazing.
This is plastic color, just so we all know.
Well,
this thing has been munched a bunch. And it's got extra wide gaps on it too. So
back in the day, extra wide gap.
I think I replaced those.
Yeah, okay.
So
I mean, there it is. That was simple, man. To the quick and to the point. You listen, you buy 3 out of 5 of these. Buy all 5 of them. Dude.
Best thing about lipless is you can't fish them wrong.
Yeah, you really can't.
If you're gonna just straight reel retrieve, just do it as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Fish them like a jig. Yo-yo them out of the grass.
One of the best techniques that's just now catching on across the country, kind of took shape around Clear Lake a few years back, but I mean, just throwing it into the grass and just bringing it up real slow and just kind of holding it while it pendulums back to you, and then wind it down and do it again. I mean, it's super simple. You give it a couple rips through that grass. If there's a bass there, it's going to eat it, period.
Yep.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah. There's no wrong way to fish them.
Nah.
It's like a Reese's.
You can throw it pretty much any time of year. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you really can.
It gets a little weird in the wintertime, but you can. I mean, you can slow down if you want. But really, these shine around the time of year that grass
fall,
is there.
Summer.
Yeah. And, you know, rip them, man. That's what they're for.
They're awesome. I would say it's like in my top 3 probably favorite ways to fish.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. As always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a like down below. Also, comment. Let us know your favorite lipless crankbaits. Let us know if there's any ones here you absolutely do not like. Let us know what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. We really appreciate it. Follow us on Instagram, Ditch Panda Bass Fishing. If you're looking for that awesome beef jerky, right there. At Bagable on Instagram, bagable.com. Best jerky on the planet. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care what you say. It absolutely is.
Just get some.
DP10, 10% off your order with that code from us. And if you order over $50, free shipping. It's worth every penny. Healthy snack, delicious. All the flavors are awesome. Check them out.
We love you guys, man. We really appreciate you coming around, checking us out. Make sure to tell your friends, your family. Let's go have some fun. If there's something we're missing, let us know. And if there's something you want us to see, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Till next time, we're out.
See ya.